Yo, what's up, guys? Good evening. Back for some more alpha. All right. Let's see what's going on the charts. JASMY holding the double bottom very, very nicely. Very, very nicely. We'll see what happens, guys. Called the double bottom a little while ago. I don't know, week and a half, something like that. And here we are, guys. Generally, we will break to the upside. We talk about this all the time, but if you're new here, guys, we have a history since back on October 1st of rejecting really hard off of the 30-day SMA. As you can see right here, we rejected hard off it there, hit it 3 times, rejected hard, hit it twice, rejected really hard, hit it 3 times again here, rejected hard. So as you can see, we have a love-hate relationship with the 30-day SMA currently. We have to get above there. We have to break above there with some conviction, guys. We are just a day and a half, 2 days away from the election. Now, I want to show you guys something that I talk about all the time over on the Patreon. We talked about it just today. We did another group call today over on the Patreon, and we talked about this, guys. So I'm going to show you guys over here, okay? Look at this, okay? This here, oh, sorry. Got to show you on the screen. All right. This here, guys, is November 5th, the U.S. election in 2020, okay? This is the daily time frame. Look what happened immediately after the election, okay? Immediately on the daily time frame. We ran parabolically from November 5th all the way until April 14th, okay? That's actually my son's birthday. Pretty cool. Anyway, all the way till April 14th. So this is what we have coming. And guys, you know, I know everyone's bickering about the election and what's it going to do and blah, 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 blah. Listen, guys, okay? This was a Democratic Biden victory in the election, and we still went parabolic, okay? I believe that no matter who wins the election, crypto is going to run. So that being said, do whatever you need to do for yourselves. You do you, boo-boo. But anyway, that's the point, guys. So if we go over to the week, let's look at the weekly time frame, okay? Look at this on the weekly time frame, guys. Again, this here, this little circle, this is the U.S. election. Look immediately. We had a couple of pullbacks, probably 20 to 30% pullbacks here, 1, 2 of them, right? And that's to be expected. But they only lasted a week or two, and then it continued to the upside. So, I mean, guys, it's coming. We have the election coming up, right? We have the election coming up in a couple of days, and then this is what I'm expecting immediately after, right? Again, similar back here. We had the election, boom, right? If we zoom out on it, or if we zoom in on it, same thing. We went parabolic, right? And now here we are. We're going to go parabolic again, guys. Are you ready for this? Right? So everyone who's complaining, everyone who's feeling frustrated, look how close you are to this. Do you think for 1 second, guys, that all this here, all this bear market, all of this back before the last bull run, right? You see all this? This was the last bear market. Sorry, this was the last bear market. Look how sideways and boring that is, guys, for 2.5 years, okay? Now, there were people right around here who were getting frustrated and saying, I give up, this is garbage, crypto's a scam, it's never going to run. They were all saying the same thing right before the 2020 election, right? After suffering through all of this, they got fed up, they gave up. And you know who they were? They were the people who were exit liquidity for all of us up here. Because when we started running, they started chasing green candles. And what happens when you chase green candles, guys? You get big red dildos, right? We know that. So here we are again. Zoom out, okay? Let's zoom out. And what do we have? We have the bear market. all of this. And now we're at this point, and you got a whole bunch of people saying, I'm tired of waiting. This is a scam, blah, blah, blah. You're seeing it all over X, all over the YouTube comment section. And we are about to go ballistic once again. Okay? So do not allow yourself to be shaken out right before the finish line, you guys. Literally right before the finish line. Okay? Let's go back to the daily time frame. Okay, so yes, understand how close you are, guys, to success. After all your waiting and hard work, you are ready for liftoff. All right, want to check out another play that we called about a month ago, guys, over on the Patreon? Check this out. Boom, we called MAGA Hat over on the Patreon about a month ago. Look at, we're up 100% on the month, 67.8% on the day. We were talking about this evening over on the Patreon. We're watching it pump. It was up at 40, 45%. Now we're up to 67.8%, guys. Now we also have a strategy on when we should be exiting MAGA Hat. And if you want to know what that strategy is, you got to be over on the Patreon. So get your butts over there, guys. You're missing out on gains. Link is in the description. All right, let's go and have a look at BTC. Okay, 69.1, not too bad. Back up over 69K, looking good. JASMY up 0.79%. Not too bad, guys, not too bad. Let's get into the news. All right, guys, listen. I'm going to get into the comment section after I get through the news. So leave your comments, questions, concerns in the chat. Cruise Ship says, what do you think about this 98.7% drop on JASMY? So he's showing this, okay, and he's saying, look at this. I'm assuming he's trying to flood, right? Look at this chart. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's terrible for JASMY. Okay, I want to show you something here real quick, okay? Let me show you something real quick. First of all, hang on. I'll bring that back up. I want to show you here. First of all, this here, this was the top of a bull run. JASMY launched in the top of a bull run. Okay, so this is not to be taken as this wasn't in a bull run or anything like that. This was a bear run. In a bear market. This was in a bull market. We dropped. They had also released the majority of tokens into circulation here. Okay, that's why price did this. Narrative matters. Facts matter, guys, okay? And you get too many people out there who give you a misleading chart with misleading information, trying to lead you to their narrative without telling you the facts about why it looks like this, okay? And I'm going to show you something here, okay? So you see that, and they're like, oh, that's bad. Let's flood JASMY. All-time chart looks like crap. Okay. Oh, look at this. Look at ICP. Oh, what happened? Same thing. I can show you 100 charts, guys, that look the same, right? This was artificial inflation due to FTX. They pumped the price, and then they dumped, right? Crashing the project, trying to get people to think that the team did it, right? So, again, the facts of what happened matter because the project is still a solid project. Right? But something happened you need to understand before you just look at an all-time chart and go, oh, I'm not buying this. It looks terrible. Do your research. Do not listen to people who push false narratives because they're too lazy to do their research, right? All right. What else do we have? Check this out, guys. Boom. You work for it. They print it out of thin air. Bitcoin fixes this 100%. All right, let's go over to a video that we have lined up here. Cointelegraph, $1.5 trillion in assets under management. Franklin Templeton, CEO, explains what made her a believer in Bitcoin.
Let's stick with the markets here. We've got a very special guest this morning. Jenny Johnson, President and CEO of Franklin Templeton, which has $1.5 trillion in assets under management. The 76-year-old firm was one of the roughly dozen to launch a spot Bitcoin ETF just last week after the SEC gave the go-ahead. Jenny, great to have you with us here on set.
Thanks for having me.
Let's start off with the Bitcoin ETF. I do want to, of course, get your take on the markets, but in terms of the Bitcoin ETF, we've seen massive inflows. That was expected in the early days. What do you expect as time moves on, and who are the incremental investors in this ETF in your view?
You know, it's funny, I'm known for saying that Bitcoin's the greatest distraction from one of the greatest disruptions in financial services, which is blockchain. So a lot of people took that as I'm not a believer in Bitcoin. And yet, you know, launching this ETF, you can see obviously the demand that's out there for Bitcoin. And I think there's a lot of reasons why that is. I think that one, from a blockchain standpoint, the ability to pay, Bitcoin's going to be a key component of that. And the technology is going to open up a lot of really interesting types of investment opportunities. We actually launched a tokenized money market fund. We're the first mutual fund first traditional asset manager to actually launch a 40 Act fund on a public blockchain, on the Stellar blockchain. So Bitcoin is just one of the suite of what we think are opportunities here. You know, one of the things that made me a believer is as I went around the world talking to people who would tell you, I had somebody who said, I keep 50% of my savings in Bitcoin because if I say the wrong thing in my country, I could have my assets confiscated. I remember talking to somebody in Israel who said, my parents and their parents had all of their assets confiscated. They keep a portion of it in Bitcoin. So there's a fear component to it that is considered almost a insurance or
hiding your money to keep it safe from centralized governments who will take your money if you say something they don't like. Then you wonder why they don't like crypto.
Safety component, but I also think it's really important to fueling what is a next real opportunity in this blockchain world.
Right. So, I mean, the scenarios that you just outlined, that's the case for holding Bitcoin, the actual, you know, you have the keys to the security as opposed to investing in an ETF. Right. So there's a use case for both.
For sure. But that still keeps a floor on the price. Right. So it keeps on the floor on the price. And then if you've actually tried to acquire and deal with the keys, it's really complicated.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I did it at one point and then I was trying to actually figure out how to get back in, and it's hard. And so being able to open it up and have access to that through an ETF and just simply through your brokerage account is a much better way to access it.
What's your take, just pivoting back to the market?
That's also another conversation we're actively having over on the Patreon, guys, is whether it makes sense in a bear market to start accumulating Bitcoin through spot ETFs as opposed to self-custody. I would like you guys to join the conversation over there and give us your 2 cents, because it's a very important topic, guys. Join the Patreon, join the conversation. How will the US election impact the crypto market? If you have invested $1,000 in Bitcoin on the day of the 2016 US election, you would have seen a surge beyond $10,000 by the end of the following year. This connection between elections and crypto market trends raises questions about what the upcoming 2024 election could mean for digital assets. Historically, US election days have significantly impacted financial markets, and cryptocurrencies are increasingly sensitive to political events. Election outcomes tend to lead to swift and sometimes turbulent market reactions. The early sign suggests that 2024 might follow this pattern. In previous election cycles, major cryptocurrencies saw substantial value increases. Both Bitcoin and Ethereum entered strong bull runs shortly after the 2016 and 2020 elections, lasting around a year each time. A central issue in the 2024 US election is the contrasting stance of the candidates on digital assets. Former President Donald Trump has positioned himself as a strong proponent of cryptocurrencies, even pledging to make the US the crypto capital of the world. Conversely, Vice President Kamala Harris has taken a more cautious approach. While not explicitly endorsing crypto, her administration has shown openness to collaborating with tech industry leaders and supporting blockchain innovation. Trump, quote, "We will make U.S. the crypto capital of the world." Harris, quote, "We are open to supporting growth of these technologies." As a cornerstone of the crypto market, Bitcoin and Ethereum are expected to be central in any election-driven price movements. Combined, they currently hold a market cap of approximately 2.31 trillion, yet the future of the crypto market extends beyond these two giants, with altcoins like XRP and Doge also showing promising potential for growth. A change in leadership could reduce market uncertainties, potentially driving up cryptocurrency prices post-election. However, digital assets remain volatile and significant fluctuations are frequent. In the lead up to the 2024 election, investors may continue responding to poll data and campaign updates, adding to market volatility. Other economic factors like inflation and interest rates will also play a crucial role in shaping the crypto market's future. No matter the election outcome, crypto adoption and influence are expected to trend upwards in the long term. Key factors likely to impact the crypto market include government policies, regulations, and global economic conditions. Investors should stay informed and make calculated decisions as the election draws near. We are 2 days away. Mayano, I see your post, my friend. There is a goal. If you look up at the top of the chat in the pinned comments, there is a goal. If you want me to look at your project, have a look at the goal, man. Participate. All right, what else do we got? Oh, yes. So, guys, I talked about how, the market pushes people to leave, right? It pushes people. Check this out from this individual here, okay? So, lucky to be me posted a comment. And this is what the market does, you guys. This is what the market does. It manipulates you to get to this point. We're so close. We're 2 days from the U.S. election. And if you're just getting here, I showed you at the beginning of the stream the Bitcoin chart immediately after the U.S. election in 2020, okay? The chart went parabolic immediately after. So this person wants to give up. He says about me, he says, this guy called a double bottom in the middle of a giant dump. Yes, I did. I did call a double bottom. And here's my receipt. Okay, let me show you. Boom, double bottom. I was right? Which I often am. Back to his comment, he said, "I'm regretting the day I invested in crypto, meaning this market is a complete mess. It's probably my fault. I did win the most unluckiest person on the planet award 5 years running. So it was only obvious when I touched crypto, it would only downwards instead of upwards. Sad." So the market has manipulated this individual to the point where he's now regretting getting into crypto and will likely, if he has not already, sold his positions right before a massive pump. Guys, do not be this guy. If you're feeling this way, what I would suggest, it's obviously not financial advice, what I would suggest is put your portfolio down and do nothing. Do not ever panic sell because of your frustration, okay? Don't wreck yourself, okay? I'm going to jump into a super chat here by the Legend of Alexander. Can you look at Stater? Has had a crazy run the past few days and keeps pumping 50% up and down. Never heard of it till yesterday. Absolutely, my friend. Thank you for the super chat. And yes, my friend, I will look at your project right now. All right. Stater, you said, eh? Stader? Stater? Which one are we talking about here, man? Let me know which one it is. Is it Stater ETH X? Let me have a look at the weekly. It doesn't look like this is the one. SD, okay. That's the ticker, SD. So it must be this here then. This one here, let me know. Yeah, this one, 49 cents, 4 up 6%. Circulating supply, it's not fantastic, right? It's not fantastic. Let's look at the weekly. Oh, look at that. Look at that pump. Yeah, that had a good run, man. Volume went from 674,000 all the way up to 3 million, almost 3.1 million, all the way up to 23.3 million. Wow. And that's just been in the last, that was today. That happened today. I don't know, man. I think that honestly, I think there's been some glitching in some of these charts because let me show you something here. We were looking at another one over on the Patreon earlier, and it did something very similar today. Well, not today, sorry, but in the last week. Look at this. It did something very similar, but this was an 8-hour stretch down at the bottom, right? So I don't know if some of these charts, if this is like some massive manipulation that's happening in these smaller projects, because that's a hell of a swing, right? I mean, look at that. That's a hell of a swing for sure. That looks like some sort of manipulation. I mean, did they come out with any kind of catalyst today? It's on Coinbase. Yeah, I see it on Coinbase here. What's the market cap of it? 22 million. Yeah, this honestly, this kind of looks like a price manipulation to me, man. There's no news, right? There's nothing happening with the project. So I personally think this project is being manipulated right now. Yeah, that's what I think is kind of happening. Look at this. So looking at the live chart, yeah, this was today. Look at that spike in volume. Boom. Look at that. Oh, you guys can't see, sir. Look at this spike in volume. Boom. Pull back, boom. Pull back, boom. Pull back, boom. Pull back. That's crazy. It is definitely setting higher highs and higher lows, man. But then before that, it was just kind of sideways. So what I would say, man, is that this looked, yeah, see, it was manipulated back here too. Look at this. Someone's manipulating this. This was October 13th. So this was a little over 3 weeks ago. Someone's manipulating this, man. That's what's going on here. Yeah, that's what's happening with this one, brother. Are you invested in this project? Let me know if you're holding this, because this is definitely manipulation, 100%. I mean, honestly, just for kicks, I would, and I'm not telling you to do this, okay? Don't misunderstand me here. Not financial advice. Based on what I'm seeing here in this structure, someone's manipulating this. I would probably throw a long in right here to see what happens. You made 50% on the pumps. Nice, congratulations, man. Smart. I'd probably put like a little long on this just to, kind of catch whatever's going on here with this manipulation. Wouldn't be a terrible idea, but not financial advice, obviously, right? But yeah, that wouldn't be a terrible idea, brother. All right, let's get back into the news. What do we have? Analyst predicts Bitcoin surge amid interest rate cuts. Bitcoin recently surpassed a historic high of over $100,000 Canadian. Had you excited for a second there, eh? Dean Skirka, president and CEO of digital finance services from WonderFi, believes that interest rate cuts in Canada and the US, along with the 2024 US presidential election, could drive Bitcoin's price even higher over the next 6 to 24 months. In an interview with Cointelegraph, Skirka explained that the Bank of Canada's recent 50 basis points cut, along with the U.S. Federal Reserve's ongoing rate reduction program initiated in September of 2024, may attract both retail and institutional investors to the market or prompt them to increase their holdings. Skirka told Cointelegraph that the rate cuts indicate a larger global shift in monetary policy as the rest of the world continues to enter a lower interest rate environment, as well as is going to create a really compelling opportunity for digital asset ecosystems to expand and recapture that retail excitement. He clarified that the signal of cuts and the idea of that rates are not going higher could create short-term optimism among investors. Typically, the full impact of the rate reduction is felt within 6 to 18 months after cuts are announced. In addition, Skirka highlighted 2024 U.S. presidential election as another key factor for Bitcoin's price. He noted that the crypto industry anticipates a pump presidency would be favorable for crypto, while the potential Harris win could trigger short-term market volatility. However, Skirka argued that Bitcoin's long-term price trajectory will rise regardless of the election outcome, expecting that U.S. regulatory policies may shift positively due to the pressure from crypto advocacy groups. The net result of these lobbying efforts should be more positive and friendly environment on the other side of the election, regardless of who wins. With these catalysts combined, the significant Bitcoin ETF inflows, Skirka envisions a very positive setup for Bitcoin's growth over the next several years. Very, very nice. All right, moving along here, guys. Little bit of Onyx Coin XCN updates. If you missed the video earlier today, we're seeing people announcing that they have actually received their gas refunds for voting and for staking and for claiming rewards. From Tristan here says, I received my gas refund. This proposal and project is legit. And if you haven't already, get yourself some XCN and stake and take advantage of the APR, which is currently 36.07%. I have accumulated 11,000 in rewards. Get yourself on the protocol. Let's go. Guys, what he's referring to is the phenomenal staking over on the XCN protocol. Definitely check it out. And they passed a proposal which reimburses you your ETH gas fees for staking, for voting on the DAO, and for claiming your rewards. So very, very bullish there, guys. They also did a VUSD airdrop earlier a few months ago. I know people who received thousands of dollars from that, guys. So this project is, in my opinion, 100% too legit to quit. All right, looking at the Onyx coin chart, guys, sitting in our current structure, looking good, looking bullish, holding support very nicely, waiting for Bitcoin to break so we can break up into this golden pocket, which we are targeting and crossing our fingers for. If we go over to the Onyx coin protocol, if you're wondering about the staking, boom, here it is, guys. 36.61% right now. Very, very bullish, in my opinion. Check it out, guys. Not financial advice. What else do we have? Vivek. It's over, man. Bitcoin's going to the moon. Check it out.
So what do you see? What's the future, the near term and the longer term future that you envision for Bitcoin?
Oh my gosh. This thing's going to hundreds of thousands of dollars per coin, Charles. I mean, the US government is in so much debt. The way I think about Bitcoin's price equals technology plus fiat liquidity. So it's going to go up because it's innovative tech and it's better money. But what really shoots it up at a neck-breaking pace is when our government is tens of trillions of dollars in debt and has to roll that debt over. So they got a lot of money to print, and financial assets are going to soar. And Bitcoin goes up the most because it's the hardest to make more of. It's over, man. This thing's going to the moon.
You know, so interesting, too, because it's not just the U.S. I was just reading today, globally, these countries, these advanced nations and all this fiat currency are going to have to spend $2 trillion on the interest alone, and they won't stop spending, Jack. They just won't stop spending money, and it's coming back to haunt them, and it's coming back to maybe people realizing fiat currency is not the place to be, huh?
Charles, this would be my message to America. Give me a second on this one. Guys, the U.S. government's got about $10 trillion over the next 2 years to roll over, refinance. That's debt. Our country's in debt. It's a huge problem. They got 3 options. 1, they could pay it back. It's not a real option because we don't got the money. We're broke. 2, our government could come out, Charles, and say, you know what, guys, we screwed up. After World War II, we changed the way money worked. We got off the gold standard. We issued debt all over the place. We got way too cocky. And actually, all of our banks don't have your money. They're insolvent. All the airlines you fly and travel on aren't actually good businesses that should be in business. Healthcare shouldn't actually be free. We screwed up. We piled on so much debt and screwed up the younger generation, and we're in huge trouble. So we're going to have to let everything fail and reset this country. Now, they're not going to do that, are they, Charles? They have a third option, which is unique to the government. They could print the money that they're missing. And when they print the money that they're missing, they're stealing from all the people that hold US dollars. And so what they'll do, they'll have to do is print dollars. And the only way to save yourself is own not dollars. And that's when you see things like the S&P 500 and gold and Bitcoin soar. And so that's what's going to happen over the next 2 years. They got to print 3 times more than they did during COVID.
I love your enthusiasm, Jack. We're going to bring you back. We really do love your enthusiasm and your message.
He's absolutely right, guys. I could listen to him go on about that for hours because he's absolutely right. And you're going to see people run to these safe havens of risk on assets, stocks, S&P 500, crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, whatever it is, right? Regulated cryptos. By the way, guys, JASMY, a legally regulated crypto in Japan, which they also water down their money. They print. Captain JASMY, ambassador, says, we are patiently waiting for the utility of JASMY to really reveal itself. JASMY tech will be integrated into Japan's My Number, and it may just be the next catalyst that we need as we get closer to implementation. Guys, if you missed the live stream earlier today with Maximus Crypto and myself, we talked about the implementation of JASMY's tech into the My Number card, the My Number card tech integrated into the Apple iPhones, March 2025. That is this coming spring. That could be a massive catalyst for JASMY. So keep an eye out for that. What else do we got? All right, Cointelegraph. Bitcoin reverses crypto reserves held on exchanges showing a significant decline. Are we seeing a supply shock incoming? Yes, we are, guys. This blue line going down is the supply of Bitcoin on exchanges, okay? And this is the value of Bitcoin going up. We're seeing this happen in real time, guys. It's only a matter of time. My opinion, Bitcoin will eventually be $1 million a coin, and I'm going to be here holding on for dear life, waiting for that to come to fruition, guys. And finally, what do we got? Fox Business. Gold with wings. Could Bitcoin become the savings account of a new generation?
An hour into the Monday trading session, and the Dow is up 300, Nasdaq's up 150 points. That's a rally. Goldman Sachs, Home Depot, McDonald's, 3M, Salesforce, they're all Dow stocks. All of them are up, and together they add 170 points to the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Next case. Microsoft is reportedly considering investing in Bitcoin. Anthony Pompliano joins me now. Why does Microsoft need Bitcoin?
Well, if you think about corporations, they're just a collection of individuals, and individuals in this country who hold cash are going to lose. We live in a society where the dollar continues to lose purchasing power. In my lifetime, over the last 30 years, the dollar's lost 50% of its purchasing power. So $1 30 years ago can only buy you 50 cents of goods today. Well, corporations are no different. And so what a lot of people see is that they believe that they are being safe by putting their money in dollars. But if I told you that there was an asset that's guaranteed to lose value, would you go put all of your balance sheet in that asset? Probably not. And so that's where people are saying—
you can't guarantee that Bitcoin gains value. You can't guarantee that.
You can't guarantee that it's going to gain value, but what you can guarantee is the dollar is going to lose value, and all assets priced in dollars are going to continue to go up over a long period of time, whether that's real estate, stocks, Bitcoin, or other commodities.
Bitcoin has doubled the return of gold in this calendar year. How did that happen?
Well, if you look at gold and the S&P 500 over the last 5 years, the compound annual growth rate is about the same. Gold's up 13%, and the S&P is up 14%. Bitcoin has destroyed that. And so I like to say that Bitcoin is gold with wings. Bitcoin and gold both go up for the same reason. They're debasing the dollar, but Bitcoin is much more sensitive. It's an earlier asset that the world is trying to price in. What's very unique about Bitcoin is that it's a bottoms-up story. Most technology goes top-down. Militaries and governments, they adopt it first, then corporations, and then finally individuals. They get a smartphone or they get a computer on their desk. They're the last ones. Bitcoin was the opposite. The individuals got it first. Now we're seeing corporations and financial institutions like BlackRock and Fidelity start to adopt this. Eventually, it's going to be central banks, and it is going to be governments. Central banks today own 12% of the global gold supply. I believe that they will eventually start to buy Bitcoin. That'd be very bullish for the price of Bitcoin.
Is Bitcoin a safe haven?
Bitcoin is
Wait, one second. You don't talk about cryptos in general. You just focus on Bitcoin, right?
I think that Bitcoin is not only the asset that has the most regulatory clarity, it is the asset that's been around the longest. It's the largest one, and it's the one that most people have the most confidence in that it's going to be here in 20 years.
Show me with numbers that Bitcoin is the savings account of the new generation.
If you think of the traditional financial system, you have a checking account, you got a savings account. That checking account is being replaced by stable coins. It's just dollars in a digital rail. Bitcoin is becoming that savings account. And the beauty of a savings account is you put your money there and you don't move it. So if you go and you look on chain, you can see that more than 1 out of every 2 Bitcoin has not moved in the last 2 years. And 2 out of every 3 Bitcoin has not moved in the last 12 months, even though Bitcoin's price has tripled during that time period.
Clearly a Bitcoin supporter, Andy Pompliano, are you not?
Absolutely, guys. He's absolutely right. And this train's not stopping. I told you guys, $1 million Bitcoin, it is coming. I continue to accumulate. I roll my 50% of my profits from my altcoins in the bottom of the bear market directly into Bitcoin because I see what's coming. And I'm not missing it, guys. I'm not missing it. Ain't nobody got time for that, right? So we got a nice, beautiful little double bottom here on JASMY. Let's get into the chat, see what's going on, guys. All right, what do we got? Make sure you hit the like and subscribe to the channel. Death Bank's in the house. What's up, man? Funky made it. Good to see you, brother. Doug, what's happening, man? Good evening, Rob. Can't wait until the bull run finally begins. Yes, we are days away, man. Swoopa, good to see you, man. It's been a minute. Hey, Rob, a great collab with Max. Keep up the good work. We are getting closer each day. 100%, man. I appreciate you. Bruno is in the house. What's up, man? Do you see a sell-off after the election? Either way, no matter who wins. We actually talked about that earlier today on the Patreon about an hour and a half ago. We had a group video Zoom call, and we were discussing what might happen at the election, right? And a lot of people are expecting a massive pump. But what I was saying was that now it's not guaranteed, nothing's written in stone, but we could actually see a sell the news event since there is so much anticipation of a massive pump immediately after Trump being announced the president, if he wins, right? That we may actually see the opposite, because when you think about crypto, usually crypto does the opposite of what the general sentiment in the market is, right? So everyone thinks it's going left, it goes right. And so if everyone thinks we're going to see a massive pump right away, we may see a dump for a day or two and then a pump just to mess with people, right? So, yeah, I'm so ready. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Chris, what's up, man? Good to see you, buddy. We're all good guys. Nice. Yes, absolutely. Holy bots. Yeah, no kidding, man. No kidding. Liquidity, what's up, man? We have rate cuts and presidential election coming in the next few days, so just hold. That's right. They do another rate cut on the day after, right? On the 6th, the day after the election, I believe. WF Capital in the house. What's up, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Liquidity hoping pump wins, and we just ride the pump sooner than later. If not, then DCA time. 100%. That's the way it's got to be. Mama said it bees like that sometimes, right? Rodney, the hardest part is crossing the threshold. Patience makes a huge difference. Agreed. Absolutely. Absolutely. Facts in the house. Altcoin charts are looking rough. BTC dominance probably going to go up from here. Alts could dump a lot from here, unfortunately. Yeah, you know what? That is entirely possible, Facts. You're absolutely right. We do need Bitcoin to do its thing first, right? Was thinking about doing it again. Oh, to get another 50% pump. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'd probably put in a little long on that. Now, that's just me. I'm not telling you what to do, but yeah, it just kind of depends on the way we go. Either we dump on alts and get to DCA, or we start to rally and enjoy end of the year parabolic Q1 2025, 100% liquidity. 2016 Q4 Ethereum and alts did bad, but in 2020, alts made their comeback. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. That's why I feel elections and the Fed rate cut are going to be huge indicators. Yes, absolutely. Alts should start moving mid-December, in my opinion. It'd be nice to have a nice green Christmas, man. Hope Fed goes into QE. Yes, that's another factor. We need to see the money printer turned on, guys. Legend of Alexander, I think Monday we'll definitely see some FOMO run. Yeah. Either way, we just hang tight soon and our patience will pay off. Exactly. River, good to see you, River. How are you doing? And Danny's in the house from the UK. Danny, it's always good to see you, my brother from another mother. All right, guys, so we're all caught up in the chat. We're all caught up in the news. You are now up to date on what's going to happen. And yeah, so that's it. That's all. That's all she wrote. So, guys, have yourselves a fantastic night. Like I said, get over to the Patreon, guys. Book a one-on-one coaching call with me or join our group Zoom calls where we talk about all of the important things you need to know in crypto, from taxes to self-storage, to profit taking, to compounding gains, to DeFi staking, to everything in between, guys. Exit strategies, exit plans, right? I was talking today in the group Zoom call about my experiences in the first couple of years that I had in crypto and how the anxiety and stuff got to me, right? So definitely get over there, guys, and join the conversation. The link is down below. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for the morning live stream.